Say the flame to shout, make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise, fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
There we
are,
guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's
Episode
your boy.
127. Right?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Leo from To The Point podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince. Welcome again to another beautiful Wednesday. What's today?
The 6th. Wednesday,
6th?
August 6th.
6? Man, time flies. We are like, August, September, October, November. 4 months in this year is gone. You know, like
Crazy.
just
Flies
crazy,
by.
right? What's that, Vince? Go ahead.
Flies by.
It does. It really does. We're sweating tears right now, but it's not tears of like joy or like sadness. It's tears of sweat. A couple months here, we'll be all bungled up again.
It's hot as
That's
hell.
Florida.
Here in
Yeah,
right
the
now.
daily is like 96 degrees, man. And it
Yeah.
feels like it's probably
Probably more like 105 or 106.
for sure,
Yeah.
man. It almost like, I've been here
This is
30 something years now.
This is the hottest year that feels like
And it
that
feels
I
like
remember.
every year gets hotter than the year before to me.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's just because we're getting older.
But it's scary too because we live on a sandbar that sticks out in the middle of a hot ass bath, and
Mhm.
these tropical depressions or disturbances tend to like fuel off warm water. And I just have an eerie feeling about this coming hurricane season or the one after. I don't know. There's
I get that feeling every year, though.
yeah, I don't try to predict any of that shit, but there is one page I do tend to follow, and
Right.
that is that Mike's weather page.
Yeah, for sure.
When I can see it, when it comes across, but I try. Otherwise, I try not to stress over hurricane season. John in the green room says it's climate change. I try not to
Yeah.
stress over it until I absolutely have to, because you know what?
But you know what, Mike?
We're gonna break down into our last minute planning anyways, and we've done this.
It is.
We've done this for so many years.
It is. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there because I'm more of a little conspiracy theory type of person. Speaking about that, don't forget, I believe is next Friday at
Thursday.
next Thursday
Yes.
at 6 o'clock.
14th, 6:30.
6:30 at Filthy's. Don't
Sorry.
forget, we have
Try
a conspiracy 101. Don't forget to show up. But just
Yeah,
go
we'll
in-
bring John on here
Yeah,
in a
for
minute,
sure.
and we'll talk more about that for sure.
But Mike, I think they somehow, some way, someone knows something about the weather, and they like push all this stuff. Like, look at all these natural disasters that all of a sudden are happening. Like, here we have California. Well, California, we already know, is always catches on fire. But look at North Carolina, all these other places that are getting flooded.
Texas.
Like it's like out of nowhere.
Earthquakes in New York. There's
right,
there's
like-
been two noticeable earthquakes in New York in like the last month.
Like, my thing is, like, all of a sudden all this water like is just falling in these places, just beautiful places too, valuable places, and all of a sudden they're just vanishing. They'll burn, all of a sudden all this place is catched on fire and it's burned.
Yeah,
Like all this valuable
Hawaii,
stuff.
Lahaina.
Like Hawaii.
But speaking of
like,
Lahaina,
it's
had
just-
another fire the other day.
To me,
Yeah.
everything is someone is behind it. I mean, that's how
Well,
these people work. That's how
Yeah,
they-
there's
that's-
definitely
that's
factors that play into it.
for sure.
Now you can,
But somebody
their
controls
number
it?
one excuse has always been climate change. But if you look at overall human trending, like human habits tend to not be kind to Mother Earth, anyways.
Right.
But all these solar panels, that's not good for the Earth. That's warming the actual Earth underneath it.
all
It's
these
killing tortoises. It's
all these batteries
killing
and
all
these
kinds of shit. Yeah.
electric cars, and especially the electric cars that have been around for a while now, and all the batteries are going bad. Those are going back into the earth. It's not good for the earth.
Yeah, so I mean, that wasn't even on our docket to talk about, but
but it's just it's just about
Yeah.
the weather, and that's how I think about it. Like somebody knows something. Like all of this stuff is controlled. To me, nowadays it's controlled because I mean, look at it. We always want to talk about facts, and we always want to go back and in the time and claim our ancestors or our aunt whatever. Well, I'm
Mhm.
gonna claim the weather.
Well,
Back then, okay, there was hurricanes, there was stuff like this, but it wasn't massive stuff like this that
Right.
we could have heard of.
well, we
before,
talked about it a little
Yeah.
bit on the
like it's just a lot
last
of Vince.
episode.
Vince, like if you ask me, that's a lot of water to be dropping in
Yeah.
2 days. Just in,
Oh,
I
in
keep going-
Texas,
but
the one in
Texas, man.
yeah,
It's just
man.
I just keep going back to it because it's to me it just
That
blows
was
my
tw- yeah, it
mind.
was
how
like
much
20
water.
water.
I don't for a minute believe there aren't scientists that are working for our government and other governments that are trying to play with the weather and learn how to use the weather to their
Well, for a
advantage.
fact, they do. We do know they do cloud seeding. There's
Right.
multiple different types of weather modification used for agriculture or some other resources, but they're not known to be at a large enough scale
Right.
to do such and such. But now you see what happened in Texas,
Right.
you know, and there was a guy going around circulating in the media who has a company that does this and explains the ways you can tell the difference,
Right.
and by looking and seeing what's flying through it and stuff like that. But the amount of water that fell on those two rivers in Texas, it's not unheard of, because just 40 years ago it happened before, or maybe 30
Right.
years ago it's happened. And that's what scares me. Like, yeah, I kind of get tired of this heat in Florida, but
Right.
what do we got to worry about here? We got to worry about hurricanes,
Hurricanes and
sometimes a
tornadoes.
tornado. We don't feel the earthquakes, but they do in this area, so we're kind of prone to sinkholes too. That kind of scares the shit out of me. But
At least
we're not dealing with the daily tornado
Right.
and freaking bunkers,
At least hurricanes.
mudslides, flash floods.
You have a little bit of a warning with a hurricane. You know, it's
Right.
not like boom, there it is.
Yeah, so I mean the fire, all that stuff. I mean, I remember the fires in '94, I believe it was. It burnt down quite a bit of Central Florida. It was pretty bad here, but and you know what? You look at those areas now,
Right.
all developments.
Yeah.
The little bit of development that burned down in '94, it's giant, huge. Palm Bay, I believe it's the largest city by mass in Florida now.
I'd like to
And,
know what's
it's just
going on the
ridiculous.
land in Hawaii that burned down. What was that, a year and a half ago or whenever,
Yeah.
a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see what's going on there right now. What are they building there?
So, anyways, like while we brought up the weather, we're not an expert in any of that stuff,
Yeah.
but we do have other podcasts, and we do welcome anybody with any kind of expertise or experience or knowledge in certain areas that you might feel is valuable to us. Please reach out or just let us know, because like I talked to somebody today that's a clinical psychologist that could give us great insight on what maybe a mass shooter on an army base is going through, you know. But if you know weather, you know, if you know law enforcement, if you know law, you know, your opinion is valuable. And
Yeah, for sure.
if you want to be a contributor to the Border Report or IRC Media, please let us know. And you know,
We'll shoot you a link.
Definitely, yeah.
Right from your home, from your comfort,
Yeah.
from your house, the most comfortable place that you're at, and you don't even have to show up to our studio. So
you know, IRC Media wants your voice, so
Absolutely.
hit us up. Anyways, we were gonna talk about Texas, the Texas Democrats skipping town and not staying for their work. There's the mass shooting in Georgia right now.
ooh, what happened there? Tell me about that.
Well, there's I don't really know, but we'll pull up a X page with the post. It's actually like happened this afternoon, so
Really?
we don't like to jump out until we kind of know things, because
Yeah.
I mean, well, the shooting in New York, remember that CNN said possibly white.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
The guy was nowhere near white.
Nowhere near.
His shoes weren't even white. So like those kinds of things, people should just wait till they get the facts.
Right.
You know, I mean, well, they had the facts and they still decided
They
to
just
say
put out
possibly
false
white.
information.
Yeah, but that happened. DC is pretty freaking bad. There's the crime there. There's a particular story that's trending through social media for more than one reason, but you know, the beating in DC that sparked the president's attention, where he's threatening to federalize the city, which is a unique setup. I don't know how much you know about DC, but we can look it up. I don't know much about DC, but what do you want to get into first?
Doesn't matter.
Let's talk about DC. So the guy in DC, there was a woman getting carjacked, and I had a video of her, but I kind of didn't want to play it because you can tell she's going through some stuff. She was on Benny Johnson today, and she was in the middle of a carjacking, and these guys were beating the hell out of her on the 19th Street in DC. I don't know if some of our friends like Thomas is watching. He might be able to correct me, which is only 10 blocks away from the Capitol, right? So a bystander walking by decided to defend her. Like, he intervened. Well, he got the snot beat out of him too. And what's unique, this is his picture. I don't know his real freaking name, and I feel bad, but the name he goes by is Big Balls, and he is a member of the Doge team that worked with Elon Musk. And this is him. Excuse the layouts here, but this is him after the beating. And the guy really he stuck his neck out there for a bystander in DC, and it's horrible that this stuff is happening in our nation's capital. And this is Trump's statement on it earlier today. I think it was today. Crime in DC is totally out of control. Local youth and gang members, some only 14, 15, and 16 years old, are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens at the same time, knowing that they will almost immediately be released. They are not afraid of law enforcement because they know nothing ever happens to them, but it's going to happen now. The law in DC must be changed to prosecute these minors as adults and lock them up for a long time, starting at the age 14. The most recent victim was beaten mercilessly by local thugs. Washington, D.C. must be safe, clean, and beautiful for all Americans, and importantly, for the world to see. If D.C. doesn't get their act together, and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run the city how it should be run, and put criminals on notice that they're not going to get away with it anymore. Perhaps it should have been done a long time ago. Then this incredible young man and so many others would not have had to go through the horrors of violent crime. And this continues, Yeah,
I watched a live press conference that Trump did today, and he was talking about this, and he pretty much, he vowed that one way or another, whether they federally has to get taken over or what, but it's going to get fixed. He says people are going to be able to walk the streets of DC and not fear of getting mugged.
And that's how it should be. That's our nation's capital. It's a beautiful city, but the crime, and it's been that way since I was a little kid. They've always said, when you travel up the I-95 corridor, if you go through DC, don't get off. You don't get off on any exit in DC. Don't stop. If you do,
Do you think that has to do with law enforcement?
Yes. And I'll tell you why. DC
so
is not.
So why do you think it has to do with law enforcement?
Because they don't have the funding, which means they don't have the staff. It's a city police department. It's not like a county sheriff's department that gets their own budget. So this is a hire. They work for the city.
Without the funding, Leo, let's say, I'm a police officer. I arrest you because you beat up some elderly lady.
Right.
I don't have room to house you in the police department. I don't have the money to keep you there. So I might arrest you, but you're going to be out of jail the next day. And they know this.
Well, not just that. So
they know this, so they're going to keep doing it.
Is it because there's too much crime that they don't have room?
Well, there is a lot of crime, but they don't prosecute them. It's a liberal ran city.
Okay.
Because the difference here is the police chief doesn't work for a city council. They actually answer to the Speaker of the House. So the Speaker of the House, because Washington doesn't belong to any state, Washington, D.C., it's the District of Columbia. It's not, the capital is not intended to be like the property of any state, like Jacksonville or, Albany might be, stuff like that. So, so there's a certain level of autonomy there, and it's not funded the way it should be.
Okay, so let me tell you this, because I'm going to speak for my Hispanic community. Why don't they do an alligator Alcatraz in D.C. and put the criminals in there?
No, they don't do that, Leo, but they did do that for the guys on January 6th and the grandmas on January 6th. So they threw them. It's called the DC Gulag.
So then why don't they
shitty fucking
So then why don't they do it to these people?
because they're soft on crime. They're soft on crime unless it's conservative
Alligator
values.
Alcatraz is
Yeah.
here in Florida, and we're not soft.
But see,
crime.
alligator Alcatraz is just like a holding.
it's just
Yes,
a holding
it's just-
spot.
it's a
You're just-
layover.
You're just going to be here for like
Right.
24 hours until we get your stuff going,
Maybe a
and
couple
you can-
days.
and you
yeah.
can get going.
Yeah, it's only supposed to be a layover. But the jails
Just
up
try to
in-
get it. Just try to get it. Right, so our listeners can
Yeah.
understand.
picture. Now DC is pretty big, but
I've
the police
always
force
want-
is not that big.
I've always wanted to go to Washington D.C.
I've
to
been there
the
a few
Capitol.
times. Yeah, it's really nice, and
Is it?
you should take the kids.
I've always wanted to go.
But like I said, don't go off the beaten path into the wrong neighborhood.
And see, that's what I don't like,
they'll mess you up.
because then I don't know, and
Yeah.
then I don't want to get mugged.
Yeah, people that live there are crazy.
Are
Ben-
they?
Benny
I've
Johnson-
heard that
Benny
people
Johnson again did a video today about where he lived,
right.
and he had cameras outside, and because he used to work the DC route before he did creation on his own,
Right.
and like his Arlo cameras showing like shootings out on the street and shit, and then they busted the window in the house next door, set it on fire, and the
Oh.
housing are row housing. You know what row housing is?
Right.
It's like the whole block is one house.
Is one house. Right.
And they're just divided up, and they had to leave his house. He's like, the video even showed the fire department busting down his door right next to where his baby daughter's nursery was, and the smoke barreling out. He's like, thank God we've already fled, and
Wow.
nobody got hurt. But it's just DC. That's our capital.
Yeah. Like,
It's-
why is our
it's-
capital?
You should think of cherry blossoms, and
Okay.
monuments.
So
and
what's the
great-
do you know what, like, or maybe Vince could check, or somebody could check, like, what's the population in DC, like whites, blacks,
let's-
Hispanics, or like stuff like that?
let's
Or
see.
why is there so much crime there that people want to go? Like you say,
Well-
it's Washington D.C. It's our capital. It should be the safest
Well,
place
just-
for you to walk the streets.
Just like
man.
any
Come
place
on.
where you have high crime, a lot of it's going to have to do with the average income. So you got
But there you go again, though, Vince. It's
Yeah.
the Washington D.C. It's our capital, the capital
Right.
of the United States of America.
right.
It shouldn't
There-
be that way.
There's a lot of people that want to go there because it's the capital, and then I think that's what it is they get a little bit overpopulated, and there's not enough good jobs for a lot of these people. And if you've got a lot of people that are living in poverty, there's going to be a lot of crime.
So as of 2024,
Damn,
there's
that's crazy, though.
700,000 residents in DC.
How many?
700,000. It's a big city.
Yeah, it's a big city.
Here's the racial and ethnic composition. Non-Hispanic, Black African Americans are 42.5%. Non-Hispanic white is 36.6%. Hispanic, any race of Hispanic, is 11.6. Non-Hispanic Asian is 4%. Or two or more races, 3.8 to 4.8%. Do you know what I don't like about all that?
So where's the white?
Non-Hispanic white. That's us.
Okay.
Vince, you are a non-Hispanic white.
Well, okay. So that also answers part of the problem.
That
That-
you are a non-Hispanic
No, well,
white. You
that-
should be
no.
a Hispanic white.
But 42%, that means the majority are African American. What's the number one crime?
God dang.
I'm
What?
sorry, but what's the number one crime? Black on black crime.
Right. Well, it is, and it shows in the
I'm just stating facts.
the CCTV definitely shows.
Yeah,
it.
but still, my thing is like, it's still the capital, man. Like, I don't care what your skin color is. Our capital, we should be able, like, if you live there, like, my thing is, if I would live there, like, I want to be proud of where I live,
Yes.
like,
Oh, yeah,
I want to
of
be
course.
like, I live, right in the capital, like, what's up? Like,
And we should be investing more to improve things because it is our capital.
and if there's low income, I mean, make that low income nice. If you're gonna leave it low income, make the low income look nice. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it get make rules.
You can make it look nice, but then
Yeah.
you give
Okay,
hand
but
over
make
control
rules.
to it.
Make
then it
rules.
turns
This is the
into
rule. I
freaking
own this
ghetto.
property. I own this property. Here we go again with the with the commercials of the jeans in American Eagle. They can put out there whatever they want to put out there. It's their company. It's my property. It's my building. This is my lease. I'm telling you what the rules are for my place that you're gonna rent out from me.
Yeah, well then you go back to that
If you don't like it, then go somewhere else.
landlord mentality.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Um,
I'm just trying to be proud of what I own, and I want to make sure my stuff stays nice and clean and up to date, so that the people that are living here are comfortable living here.
So the Metropolitan Police Department,
That's
which
just
is
how I get
DC,
down.
reported 187 homicides
I
in
can't live in
2024.
filth.
That's a 32% decrease from the 274 homicides in 2023. It's a lot of death. I mean, 700,000 people, though, is it? Other sources similarly report approximately 190 deaths by homicide in 2024, reflecting roughly a 31% drop. 186 homicides in 2024, estimated population of 681,683. Yeah, that marks, that's still a lot of death, man. And that's not all the other crime. That's just the people who didn't make it. Or, what
Right.
about all the people who've been damn near to the brink of death? But anyways,
Yeah, I don't know. We should be proud of
Yeah.
the Washington D.C. That's just my thing. We should be proud of what. That's our capital. That's what represents us. And also New York City too, Mike. Like I've been to New York City, and I always wanted to go to the Statue of Liberty. And then I finally made myself to
I
get to the Statue.
and I
of
didn't
Liberty.
live very far from
But see,
there.
Mike, there you go again, man. We live in the best country ever, man. Like, you just have to put your mind to it. Like, if you want to do something, you could do it. You just have to go and get it yourself. It's not gonna come knocking at your door. I always wanted to go there, and whenever we had the opportunity to go, I was like, I'm going. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going, because I wanted to go and see like where all the people, all the immigrants, everybody came through that place
For a long time, yeah.
for a long ass time. Everybody, no matter who it was, that was the main entrance. That was the main entrance to get in here. That's it.
So-
There was no other border. There was no borders. There was nothing.
You got to
That was
go.
the main
Like you
entrance.
said,
You
there's
have
no
to go, man.
excuses. I mean, New York
It is so beautiful.
It's a
but then-
lot. For some people, it's a lot to handle.
It is.
I don't, if you're not used to driving in the city, I recommend
Oh,
don't.
Right.
don't even
No, no.
don't even try.
Yeah. Same with DC. DC
But then
can
there
be
you
a
go
little
again.
intimidating,
But then there you go again. It's a very beautiful city, but it's so ugly and nasty during the day.
yes.
But it's
You mean
just
when
like,
you can see it?
yes, when you can see it, it's just so the ugliest place ever. It's just so smoky and just smells nasty, and it's just like
Yeah,
ah,
I never went to the
No, thank you,
Statue of Liberty, but I'd been to New York, and yeah, it's definitely a lot more beautiful at night.
oh yeah, for sure.
All right. I'm
When
not
all the
going to cut
lights
you
are
off,
lit up
but
and everything.
we got John in the green room. But first, we're going to play
Hey,
a Warrior Shield ad because
From-
that's coming up next month.
Uh,
September 5th, 6th, and 7th is
Uh-huh.
Warrior Weekend. I'll be there for the 5th. I'll probably do a photo bomb or a podcast bomb on Dale and Jim. They'll be streaming live from there. I don't know if any of you guys are coming, so I don't know if we'll do a podcast or not, but I'll be there for the concert at least and showing my support for the Warrior Shield Foundation. And if you should too, if you're a veteran or first responder of any kind, you can get the ticket for free. At first, I don't think the spouse, but I think I heard them say the other day or last week, now they're opening that up to the spouses also because they want to fill it up. They want to make sure everybody that can go goes, but it's for a great cause. And I'm going to just shut up and play this. And when we come back, we'll have John from TGI Now and IRC Media with us, and we'll talk about the mess in Texas, Georgia, if I can pull up any information, and we're going to talk about the Conspiracy Club a little bit. So we'll see you in a minute, 26 seconds.
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance, or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team-building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight.
As a fallout. Hey,
Hey,
we're back without John or without Vince, but I'm going to pull them up right now. Yeah, that's Warrior Shield weekend coming up September 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's a whole weekend. It's pretty cool. I look forward to it. It'll be my first time going.
Got my studio, man.
Let me
Go
get
back in your studio.
there. It is. Things are a little moved around. There we go. Hey, John. There he is.
What's up, boys? What you doing?
Not much. We're just talking about
What's up,
current
John?
events and whatnot. And I don't know, we kind of went off on a tangent for the first 20 minutes. But one of the things I want to talk about tonight is, I don't know if you know anything about it, is the stuff we see going on in Texas, where they've done some redistricting, right? You know anything about this? I've got some on it.
Yeah, like a little bit. It just seems like they're running for cover, like kind of like leaving their job, abandoning their jobs, so to speak.
I think it's fascinating because obviously it's pretty conservative state, and there's out of 60 something 62 House representatives, the state House, I think, fled the state to avoid voting on this redistricting. 51 out of the 62, I believe, fled the state, and they fled to Illinois, to Chicago, and they're accusing Republicans of gerrymandering Texas, which meanwhile, if you look at, I don't have it, but if you look at a picture of the districts of Illinois, it's like somebody just carved out all the special areas to where they can get as many Democrats elected and no Republicans. So, but this going on in Texas stands to increase Republicans' foothold in the House by 5 more seats, which is kind of, I mean, that's what we need. But, let me throw up the picture here.
Well, if they abandon their job, just like you said, like if you did that, if you did the same thing with your job, you wouldn't have a job to come back to. I mean, that's really what it comes down.
Yeah, this is this is what they want Texas to look like. And from what I understand, I don't have, let me see if I can pull up Illinois.
Yeah, we're the job I work at, if you abandon your job, that's automatic termination.
100%. Absolutely. You decide to roll out of town, leave town for no reason, and then don't, not around for a meeting, you just abandoning a meeting, then you're done. Stupid.
Yeah, that's
And that should especially be true for people that are running our country.
100%. Absolutely. They're public servants. You work for a corporation, it's a whole different animal. Well, not really anymore, because the government is a corporation, which is why it's being dissolved.
Yeah.
It's all knowing who you know. That's all who you know.
Yeah, this is not
It's all
letting me share
trickled
this
down.
picture, but let me do this.
But remember,
Here, we're looking at Texas
People
right
wanna,
here.
People want to talk about a pyramid scam. That's who government is, a pyramid scam.
yeah, well, it's a Ponzi scheme. Like you're exactly right. It's a Ponzi scheme. The Federal Reserve's a Ponzi scheme. The voting system's a Ponzi scheme. And so we're being played,
So there you're looking at Texas. Everything is kind of blockish and all that. And then you switch over to Illinois. And how come it's not going on there? Remove that. There we go.
There you go.
And look at those districts. look how they're like carved out around certain areas, probably around a river or an interstate where it's probably lower income,
Yeah.
higher population. The more rural areas are probably cut like this. Like, what is that? So a congressman, you can live right here, like literally, and have a different congressman for your left and your right. Your congressman doesn't care two shits about you when you're at the tip of one of these districts. It's ridiculous. So what they're trying to do in Texas is they're trying to make it more representative of the counties and the areas and the districts. And there's really the big fuss about this is that that's the wrong one. The big fuss about this is it's usually done every 10 years around the time of a census or something like that. But there's no law to it. It's just abnormal that somebody does it now. But considering all the migration you saw from California to Florida to Texas to Tennessee, I think it's more important to do this now before the census, and not just that, get the illegals out before they're counted.
Exactly.
And I looked into it. It's going to take more than an executive order to fix the census problem.
Yeah.
Because right now, as it goes, I've brought this up 100 times. They count everybody, whether you're a citizen or not. When they do the census, they count everybody. And that will matter, especially in sanctuary cities who have high density of these illegal immigrants. And they're going to end up with more Democrats.
What about these people that were 150, 200, 300 years old that voted? Are they being counted in our census too?
Well, maybe if they have an address still, probably. Because if they can't count the person physically, like let's say they're running behind, they do an estimate. So they'll say, oh, there's 10 houses down this road and the average household is 4.5.
Right.
So they're going to say 4.5 per household. Or if it's a lower income sanctuary city style place, they're going to say, oh, average household is 7.5 and everybody's got 7.5. And that's how another form of gerrymandering through the form of the freaking census. I think it's broken.
Well,
so you say we shouldn't have a census?
No, we should definitely have a census, but it should be citizens only.
Yeah.
And it should be required to participate. Citizens only.
I mean, they know everybody's social security number. You know how many people are in social security system.
Yeah.
So why can't they use that to count people?
Well,
I don't understand.
Illegals get social security numbers too.
Yeah, but I think isn't it listed separately? I mean, I don't know.
have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm no expert.
Listen. The government's got us talking about this stupid stuff.
Well, this is the important stuff. They'll distract you with something like Epstein.
But that's where I'm going to. Like they can't figure this shit out, but they can figure out a COVID shot like that.
Well, it's not that they can't figure it out, Leo. They're using it. They're using it so that they can screw us out of that. The left is trying to say there's more people because they want to take over.
Okay, but that's what
they want to have more people.
Like it's not that hard to figure out and count who's what and what's where. But it
shouldn't be.
It's not. It's not hard. It's literally you start from one and you end wherever there's an amount. That's it. Like you said, everybody has a social security number. Okay, it says it's like doing inventory of my state. Well, it says I only have a certain amount. Okay, well, you're negative so amount. So what's going on here? Where are these people coming from or where they're at? Or why are we missing this? Or why are we over? Like it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But they make it hard to distract you, to waste money, to waste time. It's just because they know if they waste time, you can't bring it back. So they figured, let's just waste time. Anything that we do is just time. Oh, I got to wait on this. Oh, we got to wait on that. Oh, we got to wait because they're wasting time because they know they can't bring it back and time is value and time is money. That's it.
They keep you running around like Romans at the Colosseum.
They know the system. They play it. We can't bring time. If we could bring time, do you think they could all this be happening? No, because they'd be like, hey, let's bring it back real quick.
Yeah. So there's that. So while the Democrats fled before we get too carried away, they passed a law a few years ago in Texas when the Democrats did this one other time over something else, that if they flee, they could be held accountable. It's like and against the law and held liable via civil offense. So what that means is the state house speaker can issue an arrest warrant for them. But the problem is if they're outside of Texas, they can't do anything about it. However, they have asked the FBI for assistance. Now, typically this probably would never happen, but it's still yet to be seen what's going to happen with the Trump administration and Kash Patel and Bongino. They might just go to Chicago and bring these guys back and force them to vote.
Maybe use ICE to rather get them all back up.
Yeah,
gather them up.
that's a good point you bring up. Like I feel like, you know how you have the death sentence for killing somebody or raping a child.
Right.
There
You know that
should
just
be
went
like
a
a deportation, a decitizen, an exile type punishment for some of these people
Yeah, I mean,
who are committing treason against our country.
right. If you take an oath, you're supposed to do a job. You're working for the people, and you do something like this. I agree. It should be treason and a form of treason. And I would be all game for, okay, well, you abandon your role to help this country, get the fuck out.
Deport them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the record, I'm not racist. I'm down for deporting American citizens too. Just the bad ones,
Especially the ones that commit treason,
Yeah, so we'll see. They issued the arrest warrants. We'll see what happens. And but speaking of, you brought it up. I don't want to get into this, but I've got it over here. I don't know. Let me throw this up here. Oh, it took us off. Supposedly, this was trending on Twitter an hour ago. Putin's demanding Fauci's extradition for crimes against humanity as part of the Ukraine peace deal.
Oh,
I don't know if this is.
I think that seems a little.
I mean,
I'm okay with it. Send his head, ship him off.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't care.
Where is he at?
It's probably
Who,
BS,
Fauci?
but
Yeah.
I don't think that
around somewhere.
Yeah, usually
He's probably in
somebody
Hawaii
would have
with-
already asked Grok about
He's
this.
probably in Hawaii with the rest of them.
He's probably in California somewhere.
Yeah,
His house probably has a blue roof.
I wouldn't doubt it if he's in Wuhan.
right.
Let's get back to it.
That's funny.
There we go.
These
Yeah.
people,
What else did we have?
These people.
Go ahead.
These people sign up for this role, man. They need to finish the role. Finish what you signed up for.
Yeah, but they call us conspiracy theorists when we talk about stuff that comes true. But speaking of that, John, we've got an event coming up, right?
Yeah. So for people local or outside the area can make the drive, we started a Conspiracy Club 101, which meets at Filthy's Bar in Vero Beach. The Thursday the 14th of August at 6:30. So so if you're local here in Vero Beach and you want to get up with some like-minded people and just ask questions, there's no, we don't judge about any kind of subject matter that we want to bring to the table. I think the focus one this time around is going to be like chemtrails, geoengineering, weather modification, that kind of stuff will be the opening target. But then if somebody wants to talk about something else, they can sit on the panel. We'll be live on To The Point and TGI Now and Indian River Media, and we'll shoot that out so that people can join in live as well. And then we'll have a live basically a live studio audience. And then we're going to have it on the TVs at Filthy's. And so come down. I mean, we want people to get together and just talk about these things. Like nobody.
Yeah, you don't have to drink or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't drink. They have nice THC drinks there. They're really good. They got, got good food. So it's a good gathering spot. We have the place to ourselves pretty much until.
If you're not a drinker, you can come and hang out with me. I don't drink anymore, so
yeah, exactly. So
come on, hang out. We'll have a water, and I'm sure they have energy drinks there.
Those THC drinks don't have alcohol in it.
So come on down. Let's have a good vibe. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I know you guys are thinking the same way I'm thinking, so don't feel awkward because you're not. I felt awkward thinking, well, I don't know about this stuff, and then the more you hear about it, and the more you're like, well, you know what? I'm not the only one that thinks this way, or if you think you know something, hey, come on down, man. We'd like to hear about it. You know,
Yeah.
show us what you got. Show us your receipts.
That's it. You know,
You
and
know,
some
bring
people
it
don't
on,
want
man.
to talk about it out loud, but but
Yeah.
other people will, and and then like I said, it's
Write it
live.
down.
So that's a tough. We've built up to the live version of what
Yeah.
we're doing. So
For
we
sure.
used to record it and then put it out there and be like,
Yeah.
all right, let's shoot it out there. Now we're just to
Now
the
it's
cup.
real true
Fuck it,
talk.
go live.
Real
Exactly.
true talk,
There's no holding back. There's no editing.
Just
There's
like
no
O'Reilly
scripting.
said.
right?
Exactly.
There again. There's that time. You know, it's not. Oh, let me go back and edit it and cut because I didn't. Nope. There is no time. It's just forward. That's all we do is just move forward.
Right. And we've never edited any of our shows, even
No,
before we were
nothing.
recording them. They were all
Real talk.
authentic,
Right.
straight through, not one edit done on any of our podcasts either. So
We
that's
did
what
in the very beginning when there was screw ups.
well,
I might have to dub the audio over the video.
yeah, but we never
whatnot.
cut anything out. Like I never cut anything. Like, oh, we got to cut
Oh,
that
no,
out.
we never
never
censored
censored
anybody.
anything.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
just-
no, we
it
never.
is
Yeah, the
what
only
it
time we got censored was when YouTube censored us.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
every other show there for a minute. And
Yeah,
we were
speaking
all-
of, Truth Social took down the IRC media page today
yeah, I can't
without a
believe-
warning or anything. As soon as the
Yeah.
post was made, an email came across that you've been blocked or whatever, and read community guidelines here and contest it here. And it was kind of like a shock because there's nothing like it's Truth Social.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know. We're still waiting to hear back from that. It really doesn't. We don't have a following there really
Yeah,
because
but
we
it might have
never
been a
really
mistake,
put
too.
any
That's kinda weird.
time into it, but we just started. So it's kind of maybe that threw off their AI. I don't know, but
Who knows? Yeah, that's weird. Well, that happened to me on X too, and they kind of like I clicked on something and they like blocked me out and was like, "You're sharing, sensitive information or whatever." And I was like, "What the hell? I didn't do anything. I didn't even share anything." And I disputed it right away, and then they unlocked it. So it was
yeah,
kinda weird.
the IRC media pages, if anybody's wondering, it is a page ran by us, mostly me if you're pissed off about something, and it pretty much regurgitates news stories or our podcast. There's a few original podcasts, and then it'll replay our podcast, mine and TGI Now, Binford Chronicles, and Shattering. But the Board Report and Connecting People is originals of Indian River Connections, which kind of operates under IRC Media flag name, and the social media pages pretty much just shares our shows and news articles. Some of the news articles are kind of regurgitated through the AI we use to kind of get to the meat of it, and we kind of cross-reference amongst multiple sources. That way we don't just pull from Fox or Newsmax. We might pull from Fox, Newsmax, the Gateway, or some other one, and the AI does it for us. So you kind of get the recap. It's not as long. It's not as stupid. Usually not biased, but yet it's definitely working for us. So if you come across any of our news articles that we share or on our website, I encourage you to check them out. That's what that is. So yeah, we do have quite a few channels. While we're talking about that, if you're watching at home on Rumble, you go to the Rumble page, To The Point Podcast, no spaces. On that page on your computer, there's a tab that says channels. Click on that and follow all of the channels associated with that account.
Right.
It's the Indian River Connections account, but it won't let me change the name. So just so you know, that's ours. And all of those channels we kind of put some time into. You can find Vince's Four Wheel and Muddin and
River Ranch Riders
channel. The Conspiracy Club is a new channel. Nothing on it yet, but this August 14th will be the first one we add to it. And Shattering the Narrative, To The Point Podcast is on there and whatnot. And then make sure you go follow TGI Now podcast on Rumble and Binford Chronicles also. Leo's starting to do some TikToks. Leo's got a new phone, so Leo,
I got a new phone.
Leo might be trying to get us some new followers to cross over from TikTok. Or
I got a new phone. I just ordered me a tripod with a ring around it.
Nice.
What you gonna do, Leo?
I like to cook. I like to eat. You know, And when I do, I like to present it.
Well, if you cook,
You know,
I'll eat.
I like to make you get hungry, and just inspire people that you could
So you're gonna do
with something cheap you can make a lot.
You gonna do some cooking on there, or
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Help people inspire that you can eat good with being cheap.
I
You
can
don't,
tell
you don't
you.
have to. You don't have to buy expensive stuff to eat good and eat like you get a stimulus check every day.
I can tell
How
you
about
from
that?
experience, Leo's a good cook.
So
That's awesome.
it's just the way you present stuff and then how your eyes see it, because your eyes are deceiving. So you could present something real nice, but it could taste so nasty. But just looking at something, the nastiness just goes away. It's just. So I'm gonna see if I can do a little cooking, little inspire people that you could do a lot of things with just chicken.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, we've been eating a lot of chicken because the prices
Of
of red
course.
meat right now
See,
is
there you go.
freaking ridiculous.
Absolutely.
So we might see some of those
Yeah, so you
videos
guys
from
might see-
Leo on that channel, and trying to get him to do, or somebody to do, like a food review,
Yeah.
or recipe review type deal. So I don't know, trying to expand IRC media and
I don't know if
make it work for
anybody's
us.
listening to us. What do you guys want to see? Tell me what you envision or what you see in your mind. Tell me. I'll put it out there for you. I'll bring it to light for you.
Should Leo
I
do
could
a
bring it.
recipe review? Maybe we should take submissions.
That's a good recipe.
Leo,
Leo's
Leo's
recipe
got a
review.
forte.
I like it. Yeah.
So Leo, you've got
Leo's
so to
recipe
keep
review.
this specific though.
Right.
I mean, obviously, you can smoke meat, right?
I can smoke meat. I
Grill
can grill meat.
but you have
I can-
what is the thing you call? What is
So
the thing
I
you-
also have, but what I've been wanting to do here lately, I have this box. It's called a caja china, where you could cook a whole hog, literally a whole hog. So it's a method.
but not just a hog. though.
But
You
not just
cook
a
other
hog.
stuff.
You could cook ribs. You could cook whole turkeys. You could cook a lot of things in this thing. But it's pretty cool because it's literally a box, and then you put your fire on the top. So it cooks. The way it cooks is the heat from the top travels down, and it goes up into the box. It's just the heat from the coals at the top. So it's like a box. It's literally a box, and then you put your fire at the top.
That's interesting. So we might be able to.
So
show
yeah,
you
so it's
some
something
stuff
different that people have never seen. Like John's like, what would that
Yeah.
look like? So then,
Yeah.
and then once it's done, you bring the whole hog out, and people just munch on it like a bunch of vultures around
Right.
this hog.
Yeah.
People just stand on it and just pig out on
I
it.
already
literally
want to
pig
see
out.
this new contraption.
So
I've never seen. one of
I
those.
do a lot of things. It's pretty fun. I don't know. I've always just learned myself how to cook.
Yeah.
So,
No,
I've seen my
definitely.
mom cook, so then that's where I just got kind of. My sister also does cooking. She also does like treats and stuff like that. So everybody has a little niche in,
All right, so
in the family of
Right.
cooking and stuff.
keep
like
an eye out for Leo's recipe review coming
that.
soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we'll have something out there. We'll see what we got. So
Yeah.
just keep your eyes out.
Yeah. It's a
Heck
great
yeah.
idea.
John, what'd you guys talk about this week? Actually, I think I bombed your podcast this
No,
week.
you did great. No, that was awesome. Yeah, because Eddie was out of town, so he wanted to patch in, but he didn't stay long, so that worked out great. Because I thought he was going to stick around a little longer, and he came in late. So, but now we just we're just going into the I think we're walking into the storm of the what's going to happen with all these things going on, all this information that is just coming about Obama and Obamagate and Russiagate and and Epstein and all these different things that are happening, all these deportations, all the stuff going in Texas, all the storms and floods. I mean, we get into a lot of things. The last 3 podcasts, we've gotten into a lot of stuff. So I mean, we're in the storm of information now, and I think that what we're doing here and bringing it to people locally and around the country is that just speaking our truth, like you guys said earlier. I mean, that's what we have to do. Is we have to do it. We decided to do this. We did this for a reason, so that we could bring these things to the light and show people that, hey, don't be afraid to talk about this stuff. If this is what you feel and what you see, then talk about it, speak about it. That's the key. And that's we'll get through this.
It's the only way to get the message out there is to talk about it.
Yeah. People don't want to talk about this stuff. I was on vacation last couple of days, and and like we're all sitting around talking and eating, but nobody's talking about what's going on in the world. Like nobody wants to talk about like Epstein. Some people were talking about like chemtrails, like they were kind of like, what's going on with the stuff in the sky? Why are they spraying stuff? And I'm just like, well, now that you're seeing it, you might want to keep paying attention now to the patterns of it. When they spray and then it rains, like just pay attention to the patterns, So people are waking up, but they're still shy to talk about it. Like even the people that I was talking to, they were very like skeptic about, like they were afraid to bring it up. Like, well, who's doing it? Like, I don't understand. Why would they want to do that to us? Like they're just starting to crack that programming, and they're starting to see things from a different set of eyes. So it's working. People are waking up. It's just a matter of asking questions. Discerning for yourself. That's all.
Yeah, and just read between the lines, because they're usually already told us what they're doing previously,
exactly,
but lying to us presently.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a great way to put it.
Smoke and mirrors.
Exactly. They were doing it all this time, and now you're seeing it. Now you're able to witness it and put the glasses on, like the movie They Live. You're putting the glass on. You're going, wait a minute. I remember that was good, but now I don't like it. Now it seems like it's bad. Like we were talking about Howard Stern earlier.
Yeah,
like I was a Howard Stern guy for a long time, and I listened to his show back in the early mid '90s, and he did his movie in '97. And
that's
then
the guy with the curly hair. Was that the guy with the curly hair?
Yeah.
They used to come on at like midnight or whatever.
Yeah.
I like vaguely
right over there.
Let me see.
You can see him over on the
Oh
other
yeah. I vaguely remember the guy.
I used to watch him all the time.
Yeah.
And
they get corrupted.
I was born in the late
#1 radio show because he was a shock jock. He'd say
exactly
shit that you were thinking, but I mean,
but see, the thing is that
he wasn't.
Well, but see, the networks didn't like that, so they were like, "Whoa, wait a minute! Like he's telling a little bit of truth here. Like we got to reel this guy in. Like how do we reel him in, but not make it look so obvious?" So they
even did a movie on him, Leo. There's a movie about him.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember the guy. Like I was born in the late '80s.
Yeah, he was getting popular like early '90s, and then mid '90s, and then he signed with Sirius XM in 2004, 2005, and then the stock went nuts. They gave him this huge contract. They didn't even have the money to pay him, so they bribed him. They bought him out.
$100 million a year he was making on his last contract.
Wow. Exactly, and then plus all the stuff, he got all the stock and everything. So he got a bunch of stock. He got rich way before he even got the contract. So they gave him the money up front, and then the contract is where he had to play this role for all these years and do this, this stupid wokeness that he did and all that stuff. Did what he was told. Like now that old interview of him interviewing Biden is popping up now. So it's starting to pop up on X.
Right.
Viral. Yeah. The interview he did with Biden, which was a joke. It was like such a joke, that it was all ball questions, and that's why he
definitely lost his way, I think, as far as his comedic factor, and then he turned into a pawn.
Yeah,
like he sold the soul.
Like we were talking about it before we started the show. They got something on him.
Well, he gave them plenty of stuff, but it wasn't nothing he was running from.
Yeah.
Now he's running from something, but like, does he really need Cyrus though? I mean,
he's been making $100 million a year,
right? But if he breaks off and does his own podcast, I mean, he's got the potential to knock Joe Rogan off the #1 spot.
Just because of his name, he's he's going to draw a ton of people just because of his name. I mean, obviously, I'm sure, John, you too, you haven't paid any attention to him in a long time now because he's gone completely left. He's woke, and it just makes me sick, the shit that's been coming out of his mouth the last 5 or 6 years, however long. But,
it's been a while. It's just now you start to see it because he was like pushing the vaccine, and he was like, if you don't get the vaccine, then you need to stay home, and fuck your freedoms, and he was he was being a jerk off because he was being told to do that you need to go against you need to follow the narrative, make sure you push this agenda. If you don't push this agenda, then we're going to expose you. That's what they do. They'll expose you. That's all, and then his legacy will be shot, so that he has to follow the line.
Yeah, they don't even have to be the ones who expose them. They just feed them to the wolves.
Yeah, exactly. If they want to shut you down, they know exactly how to cut you off and how to just. They know the system, man.
Yeah, And I think he's getting cut off. That's what's happening. All these guys are getting canceled. All Jimmy Fallon will be next. The View will be next after that. It'll be a snowball effect. They're all going to start dropping because they're not getting their funding from USAID anymore. They're not getting that easy money that they were getting. Remember when Sirius signed Stern, they were hemorrhaging money. So where did they get the money from? Where did they all of a sudden they're paying $100 million a year? Like, where did they get the money from? They didn't have it. I had the stock. I knew that company as well as anybody because I researched it, and they didn't have any money. They were bleeding money. DirecTV had to buy them out. It was so bad.
And even with Stern, since they've had Stern, you can pull it up. They've still been losing money every year.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
they're not making money.
They're losing subscribers for years now because they had to do a reverse stock split recently because I was going to buy it again because it was really low. It was like $3 a share. I was like, oh shit, maybe I should buy some because it'll probably go back up to 10. And then all of a sudden they did a reverse split. And it was at like $25 a share. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I should have bought it. I would have made a killing. And then I was like, oh, they did a reverse split. They're in big trouble. And I was like, oh, that makes sense now.
To me, though, like satellite radio, even terrestrial radio is kind of like it's the cassette and the CD of the music industry. Yeah. They were just here for a little bit. Now everybody they turn the key, their phone's connected.
Yeah.
You know, it's all Wi-Fi and ready to go. And
Sirius it was a good idea in the beginning, but again, it's just like everything else. It looks nice in the beginning, and now like DirecTV doesn't even use satellites anymore. Like it's all digital, it's all streamed, everything's all wireless.
Like the security camera people too, like ADT.
Yeah.
You know, like where are they on now? You know, like how do they sell their product now? Yeah. When you can have your own cameras.
Well, remember, they used to give the equipment away for free, because they wanted to be able to surveil your house. So you're giving them consent to surveil your home by giving you the equipment for free. That's how they would sucker you in. That's how AT was all. That's why I never had one before, because I was like, well, I'm not going to give them my consent to give me free equipment so they can monitor me.
I was going to do some service like that, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute, you're going to be able to watch my cameras, and I got to pay you, whatever, $35 a month. I can just install my own cameras and watch my own damn cameras from my cell phone.
Yeah, before that, they didn't have that option. That's why they did it, because they would give away that. How could they afford to give the equipment away for free? That didn't make any sense. They're giving out all and installation too. So installation equipment for free, $35 a month. How do you make money doing that?
Right. Selling your information.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And consenting to it. That's the whole point. You're paying for your own demise.
Yeah. It's a crazy freaking world, and we submit to it. But I mean, just like the AI, like we submit to it. We use it because it conveniences our day-to-day tasks.
And you have to, because the world is revolving, and if you don't, you're gonna stay behind. And if you stay behind, that's no good for you, my friend. You gotta stay up to date. You gotta stay up to date. Because if you don't stay up to date, you'll stay behind. That train will leave you behind.
Absolutely.
So you got to jump on somebody's bandwagon. So if you don't jump on our bandwagon, then hey, I feel sorry for you guys.
Yeah, we didn't get into the breaking news out of Georgia, but it's breaking news. It's not really for us. But apparently somebody serving shot 5 other soldiers, all expected to recover. I don't have the details, but I'll tell you, they're not white. I saw the picture. It's not a maybe. But anyways, thanks, John, for joining us. We're pushing up on an hour.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, John.
Don't forget to check out our website, IndianRiverConnections.com. You can find TGI Now podcast and To The Point podcast on there. Check out warriorshield.org. We're proudly supporting Warrior Shield. I'll be there on September 5th for the concert with some big names of independent patriotic music. And in the description below, you'll find a link for Blackout Coffee. You can save 20% for first time order with using the promo code IRC Media 20. Thanks to John and his connections. Support us that way. So
we just got some coffee put at the Village Beach Market in Vero Beach. So the blackout coffee there now. Yep.
So you can buy it local, because they are local to us. They're out of Fort Pierce, Florida.
Yep.
And John is kind of working with them to get them in local establishments and help build their footprint here too. Another great patriotic company. So look forward to doing business with them too. So anyways, you can find us here next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. You can find John at TGI Now podcast Tuesdays in the 8 o'clock hour. I don't say 8 o'clock. Everybody's busy. You know what? And I'm thinking today, like, summertime's hard because your days get drawn out a little more because it's daylight longer. And then before you know it, it's like, shit, I got to make dinner already. It's bedtime already. And it's still freaking light out. So it's like, but catch our shows. Joanne with the Benford Chronicles. I think she's might be live right now.
I think she is. She was doing the show
with Jason Volez. He's a candidate for Florida House or Florida Senate District 8. I don't know the districts here in Florida, so I don't know. I think there's going to be some definitely some mudslinging in these next elections coming up. So pay attention. Pay attention local. If you're local to us in Vero Beach and any River County, definitely pay attention to the Board Report and ISC Media because it's what we're bringing to local never really existed here before. There is no conservative outlet. There's what you think would be conservative because you think everything is conservative around here, which we're finding out in the city council. That's not the case when it comes to hosting drag queens for tea parties and all ages and shit like that. So it happens everywhere, even in Republican Florida. So
check out Thomas Kinney's paper to get all your updates.
You can find out more about that from the Sunshine Journal on Thomas Kenny. So for sure. Yeah. But anyways, John, I'm going to let you go. We're going to jump off here and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, boys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
All right.
Ain't afraid to shout, make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise, fighting woke mobs and the cancel toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Let's BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night. Fight the woke mob, cancel their crime. Truth on the mic while they keep lying. They wanna cancel, they wanna control, but we got the truth, we breaking the mold. Speak your mind, don't let them bind. Words cut through sharper than a